Another Xbox game is on the way to PlayStation, and speaking of PlayStation, what about a state of play or showcase? Well, we got some updates on it. Want to go over some Summer Game Fest updates too, just a ton of gaming news to go over, so sit back and let's go. Okay, we did not get an announcement this week, but we do have updates on a potential PlayStation State of Play or Showcase. It's namely not going to be in May like last year, but in June instead, according to Jeff Grubb, who has been right about these shows many times before. I would be shocked if it's not before the Summer Game Fest kickoff on June 5th, so then June 4th or something would be my bet. Because after that Summer Game Fest kickoff, they will have a physical event where many press and creators will try the games that were just revealed. Like last year, Sony revealed Astro Bot at their State of Play, and then people could play it and write and make videos about it a week after that. Also, many third-party games had a big moment at the State of Play, like Monster Hunter Wilds, before people could see the game during Summer Game Fest. So I think it would be weird if it's after that first weekend of June, but we will see. Overall, you would think that Sony has enough to show, right? This will be the final moments they can put a big spotlight on Death Stranding 2 in their own show. It feels like the right time to see more of Ghost of Yotei, like an actual gameplay preview would be awesome. And Sony still has Marathon, if they're going through with that for the September date. Of course, after the recent art controversy, where art from an artist was stolen and used in the game. Like, they got some other things to worry about than, I think, a new promotional trailer, but we will see. We also know that Saros, the new Housemarque game, will get a gameplay reveal this year, so that will show up at the Sony show at some point. And Horizon Online is also still looming after being in development for 7 years now. Although I do think that if it's just a state of play, what Jeff Grubb is suggesting, that we're probably only going to see titles that are more imminent, so in the next few months. Now let me know what you hope to see. We'll of course keep you posted here, do more predictions on the React channel as well. So stay tuned. I don't think we see Intergalactic yet, because yeah, that seems still far away, but we did learn this week that Naughty Dog is also working on a second game alongside Intergalactic, and it's not a remake or anything. Shinobi, who has been right countless of times, says that it's not a smaller project. So Neil Druckmann said this on a podcast and noted that he's more a producer for this second game, so mentoring people that are working on it. And seems that Sean Eskai is the creative director, who for one was the creative director on Uncharted Lost Legacy. And I don't think that's coincidence, because I am going to put money on the fact that this is Uncharted related for multiple reasons. Like, I don't think Neil would simply be a producer if this was The Last of Us Part 3. He would be way more involved if, or actually when, they're going to make that inevitable third game. I also think Naughty Dog making another new IP next to Intergalactic seems a bit too much, and it's clear that Sony wants to do more with the Uncharted brand. After the pretty successful first movie, we learned that a second movie is in the works, and they first wanted to have a Sony band do an Uncharted game after Days Gone, but Sony band has to be removed from the project to work on their own IP instead. So if Sony wants it, then Naughty Dog has to do it themselves. The only thing that is kind of throwing me off is that Neil did say back in January 2023 that they are done with the Uncharted series. But a few days later, Sony launched the Live from PlayStation ad, where we of course saw the scene with a girl in a tomb walking towards a treasure, which could be Nathan's daughter. So I'm gonna say they're making an Uncharted game, although I could see this be a Lost Legacy sized title, but I still think that's going to be exciting. Fingers crossed, like, I would love to see something new from Uncharted, especially on the newer platforms. I think it would be very exciting, but it will likely be a while before we see it, because if they started after The Last of Us Part 1, which released in 2021, yeah, they have been in development for some years, but it could also be that some of the team was on The Last of Us Online that got cancelled at the end of 2023. So I think we have to be patient. I think Intergalactic might be up first. We'll of course keep you posted here. Now let's look at Summer Game Fest and things that are more imminent. So of course, if you like the video so far, leave a like, that would really help me out. And subscribe, because we post one of these big gaming news roundup videos every Sunday. Okay, now it's time for quick shots. News stories I will go over quickly, as another Xbox game is coming to PlayStation 5, and this time it's Hellblade 2. Like, the game of course already looks very insane, but it will be enhanced for PS5 Pro as well, so curious what they will do there. It will also come with new features that are also dropping in an update for Xbox and PC, the platforms where the game of course launched last year. It did not sell a lot on those platforms though. It ranked number 37 in the US sales charts the month it came out, so I hope they find more success on PS5. No specific date was given yet, but it will be coming in the summer, and that's a pretty crowded window. But yeah, this tactic of bringing games to PlayStation is working for Microsoft, at least short term. They had 5 of the 10 best-selling games in April in the US, mostly because of re-releases on PlayStation. And I expect more PlayStation port reveals at their Xbox showcase on June 8th, with the big one likely being Starfield for a probably September or October launch, if I had to guess. And well, seems like another game is entering the summer ring. Twitter user Little Nightmare Source posted this image of the game on Target with a Tuesday, September 15th release date and a $40 price tag. I can totally see this. This game is, by the way, made by a new team, not the ones that did the first and second Little Nightmares, and it should also be more co-op focused, kind of like It Takes Two, although you can also play with an AI companion. But yeah, this would be a perfect reveal at the Jeff's Summer Game Fest on June 6th. And we actually got some new confirmations for that Summer Game Fest show. The action RPG Wuchang Fallen Feathers will have some reveals. The game comes out a month later on July 24th. It's Game Pass Day 1, and I think it looks awesome, with a heavy focus on getting brand new abilities from the bosses you encounter. Also, Chrono Odyssey, that had a very impressive trailer 2 years ago, is back. It's an MMORPG on Unreal Engine 5. They will show more stuff at Summer Game Fest on June 6th, and also have a special playtest on Steam in June as well. And Arc Raiders has a chance of showing up as well, because a countdown was found that ends on the day and time that Summer Game Fest starts. So we might get a release date then, or again another playtest. We will be live reacting to the event, so hope you can watch with us. But I think it could be a cool show. The next Cyberpunk will feature a second city that's like Chicago gone wrong. This according to Mike Pondsmith, the creator of the Cyberpunk tabletop RPG, who went to CD Projekt Red recently. I don't think he was supposed to say this, but still, it's cool information. So this should be next to Night City, so seems like we get 2 cities in the new game, which is exciting. Will of course be a while before we see this next Cyberpunk that is built on Unreal Engine 5 instead of CDPR's own engine. Just like Witcher 4, and that title is of course first up. Like, I do expect that during the current generation with the new Cyberpunk, likely in 2030 or so at the earliest. Time for the rumor roundup, where we look at the biggest leaks and rumors of the week, and I give stars, with 3 being I believe it and 1 being let's take this with a huge grain of salt. So Kurakasis namely reports that something Bioshock related is happening soon, but not what the reveal could be. Although it seems that it will be Rapture, so the city of the first game inspired. So maybe it's a remaster or a remake of that first game instead of the long-awaited new title. We also know there's a Netflix movie coming, with the director recently saying that they're in a pretty good place. And that would of course also be Rapture related, so it could be anything. Of course, I hope it's a look at the new game that has been in development for almost 6 years now. Let me know what you hope to see from the future of Bioshock. And I'm gonna give 3 stars. Like, I did some digging, and the source Kurakasis had these teases before, like even for Mafia, that turned out to be true. So something Bioshock I think will happen, but it could also be at Gamescom, like the Mafia announcement last year, and Borderlands was revealed there too. So yeah, we might have to wait a little longer. Ubisoft is working on a director's cut for a game, according to Tom Henderson. He at first would not say which game, so I took it to Twitter, ask everyone, with The Predator saying, I'm gonna guess the Avatar game. I responded to that as well. I think it made a lot of sense. And well, Tom responded with the eye emoji. Because yes, it makes sense. The third movie is dropping in December, and Ubisoft missed the second movie with the initial launch. So launching Frontiers of Pandora with all the DLC and extra features, and I would think like content based on that third movie, could do pretty well. So 3 stars for this. I enjoyed playing through the game, by the way, but wasn't really blown away. maybe I will go and check the second DLC. That's the only thing I've not played yet. Let me know if you played that second DLC, is it worth it? Or if you've not touched the game, like would you be interested in a director's cut releasing around the movie? Let me know in the comments down below. So at the end of every Sunday video, we look at what's coming in the next 7 days. And we got some pretty great launches. Elden Ring Night Rain comes out on almost every platform, including PS4 and Xbox One. And I expect this to be pretty big. Although it won't be for all the Elden Ring fans, as it's more multiplayer focused of course, and trades the exploration and mystery for a more action-focused approach. On Tuesday, May 27th, the Dead by Daylight collaboration will drop for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Should be a new quest in a new environment, and fingers crossed it has some free rewards as well. The update will also include parkour enhancements. We'll do a patch note reaction on JorRaptor on Monday when those go live, and then of course full coverage on Tuesday. And on that day we will also be live reacting to the Tiny Build Showcase with some pretty great reveals. I will then be checking those games out as well. So would be awesome if you could join. A countdown to that will be in the video description. Of course, I will also go live with the weekly Monday stream on the React channel. Link to that also in the description. So a ton, of course, coming your way with another Sunday video at the end of this week. So subscribe to not miss it. A like would be awesome. And check out our video on the future of Assassin's Creed. The roadmap namely got leaked by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.